He was released from prison after serving time for murder, only to kill again, and again, and again for 4 freaking times. But what makes this case more terrifying isn't just about the body count, it's how young, vulnerable, and innocent his victims were. This is the dark, disturbing story of Anthony Kirkland, the Ohio serial killer who slipped through the cracks, and left a trail of fire and death behind him. Anthony Kirkland was born in 1968 in Cincinnati, Ohio. From a young age, his life was marked by instability and abuse. He claimed he suffered sexual abuse from family members and was subjected to intense bullying. Teachers noted his aggressive behavior and poor impulse control early on. In his teenage years, Kirkland's anger began to take shape in disturbing ways: violent outbursts, cruelty to animals, and run-ins with the law. Despite multiple red flags, he slipped through the system, unrehabilitated. In 1987, at just 19 years old, Kirkland murdered his girlfriend, 27-year-old Leola Douglas. During an argument, he strangled her and then set her body on fire just because she had rejected his sexual advances. He was arrested and charged with murder but was convicted only of voluntary manslaughter and abuse of a corpse. He served 16 years in prison and was released on parole in 2004. What no one could have predicted was that this wasn't a one-time act of rage, it was just the beginning. After his release, Kirkland appeared to be rebuilding his life. But beneath the surface, his desires turned darker. He targeted women and young girls, often killing them after they rejected him or simply crossed his path. In 2006, Kirkland approached the young girl named Casonia Sherry Crawford. She was just 14 years old. He tried to make advances. When she resisted, he strangled her to death and set her body on fire in an abandoned building. She was just walking home from school. Just weeks later, Kirkland met a 45-year-old woman named Mary Jo at a gas station. They were seen together that night. The next morning, her charred body was found. She had been strangled and burned. Her family later said she was trying to turn her life around after battling addiction. In late 2006, 25-year-old Kimya Rollison vanished after meeting someone she knew from the neighborhood. Guess who it was? It was Kirkland again. Her skeletal remains were found a year later in a wooded area. She too had been killed and burned. The story even gets much crazier and heartbreaking. In March 2009, Esme Kenny, a 13-year-old bright young student, went for a jog near her home. She never returned. Her body was discovered near a wooded area. She had been strangled, partially undressed, and burned. Police tracked Kirkland nearby, sweating and with scratches on his arms. It didn't take long before the truth finally came out. Kirkland was taken into custody hours after Esme's murder. While under interrogation, he confessed not only to her murder but to several others. His calm and detached demeanor during the confessions shocked detectives. He admitted to targeting his victims when they showed signs of rejection or independence, claiming he snapped each time. His pattern was clear: kill, burn the body, and disappear. In 2010, Anthony Kirkland stood trial for the murders of Crawford and Kenny. He was found guilty and sentenced to death. Later, in 2014, he was also convicted of the murders of Newton and Rollison, receiving an additional 70 years to life. In 2018, after a resentencing hearing, his death sentence was upheld. Today, he remains on death row in Ohio, awaiting execution. What's perhaps most haunting about this case is that Kirkland had already served time for murder. He was given a second chance by the system, and used it to destroy 5 families. His crimes reveal a brutal failure in rehabilitation and parole review. The victims, Casonia, Mary Jo, Kimya, Esme, and even Leola from decades earlier, were all real people, with families and futures. Their stories deserve to be remembered. Thanks for watching. If you found this story insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe.